ESPN changed their homepage?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the picture I just
Welcome to the new ESPN. I am ESPN.
All right, we're pretty
They
much
just upgraded to compete with us.
we're live. I'm posting the link.
We're live.
Yeah, you are.
Live on this head-to-head ratings battle with ESPN.com for internet supremacy.
I want to know when we're actually live.
Are you bullshitting us?
Could be, could not.
How about you go ahead and just let me know.
You're up. Links posted.
I don't believe you.
I wish you weren't
Well,
there.
I
just
believe
see
you
you
right
now.
now. It's
No,
Facebook
seriously.
says so.
I still don't believe it.
Brent is in a state of suspended disbelief. Despite that, we're going to begin this podcast, episode 92 of the award-winning 3 Up, 3 Down Waka VA Peninsula. Don't laugh at award-winning. We got that social media Waka King of Social Media crown.
Heard that.
I mean, we're a part of that, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I believe that'll be featured in Act 2 of my movie.
we'll get to that.
All right. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I've got my notebook flipped over so you guys can't read. So I could just hit you with, God, it's going to be a blockbuster. Speaking of blockbusters, the spring 2015 season is right around the freaking corner. I'm excited. The commissioner, Brent Wentworth, supporting his alma mater, ODU.
I'm very excited.
Matt Welbrock got dressed up for the occasion.
Yeah, I was wearing my sleeveless kickball shirt, and you fine individuals rolled in with button-ups and ties and suits. So I had to throw on my old work apparel.
We're all business here, man.
Yeah.
Brandon's got an HD webcam. We got lights, camera, action. I'm saying, I felt like I had to dress up for it.
Well, you know, a couple of the people tune in to see the guns. You know, I got to display them from time to time. Your wife included.
I wish we would have gone with my idea of wearing a button-up shirt with no sleeves.
Yeah. Next time, I'll get one of my old ones and cut it up.
Better still if you do that and then wear a jacket over it
Yeah.
and then remove the jacket about halfway through.
Let's get a little hot in here.
Well, I tell you, man,
these
I
guys
think I have to
breathe.
remove this jacket, man. The bright lights right in your face.
Them bright lights. Lets you know you really made it. Arrived on the scene.
Our man behind the camera, Brandon Silver, our new producer. What's the title?
Producer.
Yeah.
It's something with executive in the title.
I always thought the executive producer didn't really do shit.
He just bankrolls.
Yeah.
Uh,
Remember when what's his name on Entourage was the executive producer?
Oh yeah,
That dude was dumb as a box of
I'd
bricks.
say Brandon's like a key rip. Maybe.
yeah.
The best boy.
I don't know what any of this stuff are. But I'd see him on.
All I know is that's who Tom Cruise punches in Tropic Thunder.
All right, what are we gonna do? We gonna talk about these teams?
Yes.
We talk about some kickball. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
we
get
are.
down to it.
We're going to do this in 2 separate parts. We're going to talk about the first 8 teams. So if you're not part of the first 8 teams, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
I know you're not going to stick around and watch us.
Nate,
But we will be talking about the Brent biopic at the end.
That's
Yes.
true.
Reason
Yes.
to stick around.
we're not gonna say that first. We gotta have the people wait and hear what we have to say about the teams first before we really get into the movie characters.
And Brandon, you're taking notes, right? You're going
Yeah,
to timestamp. So we'll timestamp it all so you guys can,
Yeah.
if you're not interested, whatever. You should be interested in your opponents. Always learning more about them, and this is very informative.
It is.
But if you short on time, skip forward to your team. We'll have the timestamps in the comments. So
Heard that.
So let's kick it off, man. We're just going to go alphabetical and talk about a new team that just formed this season. An odd team,
Mm-hmm.
an interesting team. You could say a bizarre team. That's the best intro I get. It's easy.
An awkward team, a weird team,
Yes.
a bizarre team.
Bizarre team. Bizarro.
New team, old names. I have a real love-hate relationship with this roster. Also, speaking of new names on the roster, I see Haley Smith on there, but I think within the next matter of hours, as in like 72 hours or something, that'll be switching up. So then they'll have the Efords and not the well, there used to be 2 Efords.
Well, is the world ready for 3 Efords at this
They're
point?
gonna have 3 for something. I like how, and I appreciate you for leading off the discussion about Bizarro with Haley.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because what else is there to talk about on this roster? For you guys don't know, Bizarro is a team captained by Randy Devlin, my arch nemesis, my former compatriot, almost my compatriot this year again, but I left for greener pastures.
7-time Wentworth Trophy winner.
7-time Wentworth Trophy winner.
He has to use 2 hands to do that.
Tagged me out in the final out of the fall 2014 Wentworth Trophy Championship game. And I was the tying run. Randy Devlin and Jeff Morhart are the captains. Really very talented roster up and down. A lot of, why it's called Bizarro is it's a mixture of guys who are normally rivals on some of these travel tournaments, a lot of situation players, your Gene Efords, Jeremy Edge.
Then for some ungodly reason, joined by the lovely Alan Walker, the very nice Brandon Silver, and the acceptable Gene Eford.
And then you got some Panic Attack guys on there. Lorraine Adkins.
The rest of them can go to hell.
Randy Devlin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kyle Tyson, lights. Just different travel teams kind of combining into one hodgepodge here of bizarre team. And honestly, they got a couple rookies in there too. Rich and Kelly from Jungle Gym, 6 a.m. making their debut.
See, you asked me to do this prep, and I go through it. I do this prep, and and what does that say right there? Because I feel like I should lead off on some of this stuff because he's gonna take my prep.
Get in there, homeboy. Get in there.
So I said, Jeff, looking to do some Jungle Gym recruiting. Rich Fiorella and his better half, Kelly Bangs, bringing some well-rounded athleticism and intelligence because we all know that Rich is a lawyer. So get out the rule book because he will be fighting those calls left and right.
Don't slide near this guy. You find yourself in a courtroom.
Hey, keep in mind there's a time limit on there. So it's just doing these long
statute of limitations.
Now, this team is one that I actually have them ranked as my number 1 team going in. And, based on what we know, today's deadline day for free agents, and then people are still, the really, really procrastinators will sign out. They only got 14 people on their roster as of right now, but that's going to change. I'll add Lenora in there. Molly and Kyle Lewis are playing too. A couple of Panic Attack players. So, I'll say I have them ranked number 1. There's talent up and down. And if they were going to be here on June 20th, I would say they are my favorite to win the Wentworth Trophy. Randy would have gotten his 8th, but they're not going to be here.
Oh.
They're going to be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck them. On to the next one.
Heard that.
On to the next one. God.
Come with
next.
Bizarro.
We got another old name.
I'm going to catch Randy. I'm going to get him.
Who?
I was supposed to be on Bizarro. I was going to be on Bizarro. I'm still in
Brent's going to Brent about
yeah. Oh, it only took about 4 minutes.
Look at this. They moved this DC tournament to June 20th, which is National VA Peninsula Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's not right.
We've had that for years.
For years. Third weekend every June.
It's like
It is
Easter.
what it is, yeah. Wentworth trophies. You only get so I wanted to play with these guys. I was really, really excited about it, but I had to switch teams to the next team we're going to talk about. I found a new home because they're going to be here June 20th.
They will be.
I think we got a damn good shot at getting this trophy. So
Cardiac arrest.
we'll get 2 shots.
Boom. Also, my home for the spring.
Yeah, buddy.
In a late off-season development.
Team it up once again.
It's never a good idea, and history has shown this, to have 2 podcasters on one team. It doesn't work out
For who?
for the two podcasters. Have you guys collectively won anything when you're on the teams together?
I think we were only on one team together.
And how did that turn out?
The draft team too.
Yeah.
And the Sunday, and a winter team.
See?
I guess it was a we won the Sunday.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, it
we were
does.
wearing sombreros. That does not count.
It counts, man. We beat your ass.
Whatever, man. We were holding it down.
Let's talk about someone else on cardiac arrest other than the two of us.
All right. Well,
Um, Cardiac arrest, the JFK of the Freedom League, 2-time runners-up, trying to break the mojo off that name by bringing it to Wednesday nights. The mailman, the real mailman. You know who I'm talking to.
Roberto.
Rob Allen is back in the game, and back, more importantly, from his dance with cancer, but also on the team, Justin Schauf going under the knife, so maybe gone for the season.
The old rotator cuff.
Jason Riley coming off surgery. Downtown Bailey Brown, everything's broken on her. God only knows what it is at this point, but it's something. Health, an issue, but it is a deep roster.
I like the nickname Downtown Bailey.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
on board.
good.
I'm on board.
I'll text her right now. Your new nickname is Downtown Bailey Brown.
That's right.
Please do.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. You guys, I mean, it's really, the name is different, but it's essentially the Boom team from years past, which is a good, last spring, if you'll recall, Boom was the runner-up in the end of season tournament. This past season, they had a successful year, 6-3, lost in the second round. Yeah, really a lot of talent, which you know, it's very deep. So despite a couple of early season injuries, you know, they added a little bit of depth. Right here. Bring it back to me.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Matthew?
Yeah, cardiac. I mean, former Boom squad. You know, other players that we didn't touch on: Trey Simmons, T. Cobb, Mike Villa, who doesn't get a lot of, I think, name recognition out there, but a solid player. So you know, with those guys returning as well, you know, Rob Allen should be good. Should be good.
And Andy coming back from pregnancy with the snacks.
Oh man.
I'm probably most excited about delicious treats on Wednesday nights.
What's that
Yeah.
snack chunk?
Andy used to be my 5 o'clocker teammate. Which I haven't had a chance to say that in a while.
Yeah, you have it.
Andy used to be, and she would just every week she'd bring some kind of baked good, a cookie, cupcakes, whatever, and they were just such a delight.
Oh, yeah.
She's a good kickball player too, so it's not one dimensional. She contributes more than just sugary sweets.
If you know what I mean.
The only thing is, I'm starting that transformation diet next week.
Yeah. See that right there? Damn. See that right there? Oh
Mm.
Oh.
All right, then. Next, we've got the chaotic kills. You'll hear it. I believe still captained by Chris
Restore. Who's putting together the KHS team, by the way, which I still need to check my schedule to see if I'm eligible for participating. But for all you people watching, that alumni tournament's coming up here in a couple weeks.
It really is. We need some players for a lot of schools to round out these rosters. But maybe we'll talk about that a little later. Yeah, Chaotic Kills, Trish Phillips, Jeff Phillips, Chris Dorr. They got a lot of leaders on that team. I'm not always sure who the captain is. But
Captain and by committee. And Brent, I'm glad you segued into this so I can just start talking. Thank you so much.
I paused waiting for you to jump in.
Dude, I've always been a fan of the Kills. I've gone on record probably the past 2 seasons. They remind me a lot of a young Rumspringa team, the way they carry themselves at the bar, the way they carry themselves on the field. And this is why, for my first round of the first half teams that we're reviewing, this is my potential dark horse team to watch out for, Chaotic Kills. And why are they the dark horse team, you ask?
Yes, I was going to ask that.
That's a great question. I love the acquisitions that they brought to this team. 3 players that stand out: Alex Nocter, No Shoes, and Megan McDowell. And with the Kills, you know, big defensive team, had a lot of time struggling with the offense over seasons past. You have these three players that can bunt on. We know Alex is very quick. Same with No Shoes, on-base machine, as he likes to call himself. And Megan McDowell, one of the best line bunter females in the game. You get those three up, and you're talking about still with the offensive output with Chris Storer and the other guys they had on the team. You already have three people in position with runners on second and third before the big legs have even gotten up. So I think they instantly improved the offensive side.
I agree. I think you point out those, No Shoes and Nocter. When I think about the Chaotic Kilfs, whether it was Chaotic Kilfs or Kilfs 2, because they had two teams last fall. Now they're combining back into one pretty large roster. But when I think about it, those guys were wild.
Mm-hmm.
Like, lots of athletes. Kippy Holbrooks, Teddy Phillips. Those guys are pretty athletic, but they run the bases like kind of like idiots. So that was kind of, they couldn't control that offense. They couldn't rein it in. Now you got two veteran kickball players who've had a lot of success, a lot of championships. They won't be there on June 20th, so they're not going to help them on tournament day. But we'll see if they help them get ready for tournament day. I want to see the evolution of the Chaotic Kilfs. And you know what? I don't necessarily disagree with you in your call for potential dark horse team.
I like this. Anytime you agree with me on something, that means I feel like I've done a good job.
They got the pieces. I mean, defensively, they're pretty good. I mean, a little bit inconsistent, but now we're getting into, these guys have been playing for almost 2 years now since they first came on the scene. It might be their time. And again, we talk about all those circuit players who will be missing on the 20th. This tournament's wide open. Why not? Why not the Kilfs?
My note was they've gained a lot of XP. They've been leveling up in the last couple of years.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so watch out for the Kilfs.
I'm excited.
Anything else about the Kilfs? You guys?
No. Hell no.
Yeah, we really pumped them up. Don't come on my base.
What's the timestamp on that one if anybody wants to check that out?
I'm part of the Kilfs private group on Facebook, so I get to see it. I can't wait.
How are you on the Kills private group and I'm not?
I don't know.
TJ, talk to me. Brandon too. What's up with this, man? I gotta be on that group.
Yeah, man. So I get to see when they post. I'm looking forward to them posting about this thing. I think I'll be pumped up.
Don't come on my base.
Decomb.
Decomb. I don't prefer that name. I like to say, don't come on my base.
Yeah, the return.
Oh, we're taking off the jacket.
I might roll up the sleeves a little bit talking about
Get that
Decomb.
blue collar.
So Don't Come On My Base is a name that will sound familiar. They played last spring, did not field a team in the fall. Now they're coming back under the leadership of Manny Zapata. Kind of rebuilt. It doesn't look a lot like the team from last spring.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about that.
So 3 recruits I see.
Step all over you guys.
Yeah. 3 recruits. Number 1, we got to mention Mark Flores to the mound for Decomb, formerly of Foul Balls and the team prior to that, Free Balling. Thank you. I would assume pitching duties for Decomb. Nick Schmidt bringing a lot of XP, as George would like to call. Good first base prospect right there. And Taylor Tomlinson, quality outfielder, good depth, speed on offense. And then, of course, Lisa Fabilia, another one I talk about, good line bunchers for the females. Can really make that mark right there and move some base runners. So good upgrades on the offensive side of the ball for Decomb.
But you're leaving out Carl. So nice to see you, Schultz, behind the plate. And then my man, Big Ben Ottman, looking good in his beard, which he better still have, because his lovely better half, Abby Watson, also on the squad, should not go. The beard makes him better. So, nice little group here.
Josh Seidnitzer, also on this team. Played with him in the winter. I was really impressed with Josh, and he's a talented player. He's all around, good catcher. He plays some charger. Offensively, he's solid. That's a good That's a good pickup for me. This is a good-looking team. Really good-looking team.
Think you wasted your dark horse.
I wonder, yeah, that's the question too. I mean, I hate to keep going back to, the fact that a lot of people will be up in Washington, D.C., but I wonder how many of these players will be here, because they're all players who typically play on those travel level teams, but
Mhm.
I don't see, besides Nick, I don't see a lot of people who are committed to like one of the,
Like already a travel,
right, like a franchise. And I
Yeah.
see a lot of people like Mark
like
Flores.
guns for hire type situations.
Right, exactly. The other question I have about, so I don't know how many of these guys, but if this team or close to this team, especially including Flores, is here on tournament day, they could be a contender. The other question I have is all these new guys, a lot of names I don't recognize, which is a great thing. And I'm glad that, Manny found a good blend between starting a new team and not just pulling from other people's rosters, but then also pulling from outside of the league to try and get some new blood in here, which I appreciate.
Well, the
We'll
good
see how
teams.
quickly they pick it up.
The good teams happen through the draft. We all know that. Free agency can't buy you a championship.
That's right. All right, I can't wait to see these guys return. Don't come on my base.
Next up, Eat My Short Kick. Formerly, they were,
Kick in a box.
yeah, it's my
Man.
kick in a box.
Can you, as a commissioner, just change your name back to Kick in a Box so I can say that on every podcast?
If I had the power to do so, I would change it. I wouldn't change it back to Kick in a Box. I'd change it back to the original name of their friend group 3 seasons ago, which was RG Threesome. So I still think that was the best name. And I was disappointed when they went for the Kick in a Box reference because that skit was like 5 years ago.
I have a couple questions.
Dude.
Why only one hassle?
Yeah.
I thought they ran in packs. I found that disturbing.
Maybe they can't handle 3 hassles.
They have Michelle Hassel. Is
Is that the milder of the hassles?
there a milder?
I don't know. I think it's like 3 hot sauces. Like, it's hot
Yeah.
no matter which one you have, but one's not going to linger in
You
your
get,
mouth.
you get to a certain level on the Buffalo Wild Wings fire shot. You just can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
That's what's the
So
Until the next morning. Am I right?
Oh, God.
Silver knows what I'm talking about.
Totally.
I know what you're talking about.
Could be Kyle on the roster. But otherwise, looks like Eat My Short Kick will be riding the Short Buster games.
Oh,
Yeah, that kid be Kyle, man. He had one of the best statistical seasons last year out of anyone.
great name, too. Alliteration. I love it.
I think he kicked like 800 or 900 last year. He was like one of the league leaders.
Yeah.
He's like, why did I get any awards? Like,
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
I was telling people vote for this dude. He doesn't get out.
I don't know him.
And he made like 8th team All Peninsula. So I never even published the results.
Yeah.
That's why you never saw the results of All Peninsula. Because
Good.
when I saw Kippy Kyle so far down on that list, I said, no,
Yeah.
this cannot be published.
It's like all-star voting for baseball. It's terrible.
And I started procrastinating, and no one really asked me about it except Jeff Schill. And then I was like, fuck it, they must not want it,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna work hard on
Yeah.
this. And just have.
Let's talk about Brothers Parker on the team, though. If you remember, Adam Parker sidelined much of last season with a knee injury during doing some X Games practice run. So
Parker.
yeah, so he'll be back. Two outstanding players there.
Yeah, this is their 3rd season in the league. They were 3-7 last year. I mean, they had some good games. They had some really rough games. They lost in the first round. Actually, it was a little bit of an upset to Resting Pitch Face. But I think there's talent there, and there's certainly athleticism. But I just don't know how much they give a fuck. Like outside. I mean,
Yeah.
they show up. They're consistent. They have a good time. They go, but Thursday through Tuesday, I don't know if they're thinking about kickball. And I think that's probably the difference is that in between the head.
Is that they're staying human beings?
I know.
Lives.
We got lives.
I cannot relate to these guys.
Big loss for them, though. Todd Goulart got a contract with another team that we'll talk about later, but played Charger for them a lot. Good athletic guy, so They'll be missing that production there from Mr. Goo.
Lar. They do have a guy named Rick Hoogstraten, which sounds like a Major League Baseball pitcher from the 1980s.
Yeah.
So,
Or a wheat beer.
He sounds like he should be on the Minnesota Twins roster.
Yeah, with Blackjack McDowell.
Becca's on this team. All right.
All right.
Let's talk about the next team, Fireballs.
Fireballs!
Switching to that cardinal red to match more of the fireball.
I like
color.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. You know I'm a fan of colors. You know I'm a fan of accents. Spot on, people. Spot on.
Yeah, so they're bringing some folks back from last season. I was impressed. I saw them and umpired a game where they won over, I forgot the name of the other team, but they look good in spots, so we'll see.
Yeah, they certainly did. If you recall last season, they opened up with a tie against Rumspringa, which was like really
true.
making a statement.
Yeah.
I think they, newer team rather. This is their second season. They kind of had some ups and downs, like you said. Some weeks they looked really good. They hung in there with the Hammers for a little while. Gave them a game, and then other games like when they played us on the Heads, they just never really into it. Like we just beat them like 17-1 or 17-0 or something like that. So it was like that roller coaster. I think now that they're into their second season, TJ Guari, their captain, kind of has a better feel for it, a lot more confidence, knows how to approach the lineups a little bit better, knows how to manage the game. I can see these guys making a little bit of a jump.
I agree. And then we got some added free agency here. If we're doing our catfish knowledge, like we do, I send Brent out to catfish some people on Facebook. A signing of Jesse Evans.
I enjoy it, man. Nothing more I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get great pleasure over plugging in someone's email address and trying to see if they're on Facebook.
I saw some tactics over there.
I
That was
love reverse
crazy.
image searching.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
But Jesse Evans, who I believe 757's own, he hung around with the Kickotan soccer crew back in the early 2000s. I believe he was a PC guy, if my knowledge serves me correctly.
Politically correct?
Yeah, Peninsula Catholic. Both the same way, though, except one drinks one and the other one doesn't. Good soccer background.
I'm a PC guy.
Overall
One day
speed.
I worked out with PC.
Nice.
Selling coke out.
He drinks plum. He drinks plum wine.
What?
PC. He drinks plum wine. That's what you get at all the Japanese restaurants. Plum wine. Jesus. All right. Well, he's a
all
good
Asians
guy.
are the
No,
same.
I'm just saying all the restaurants serve plum wine.
I forgot. I thought you were talking about like prison wine or something. I was like,
Make your own badge,
he's
boys.
free. Why would you do that?
Hey, some habits are hard to
So, yeah.
kick, man.
Watch out.
I still keister a shift before every game.
My point being is watch out for this man, Jesse Evans. If he is who I think he is, he's going to be making his mark on the league.
All right. Yeah, I have a kicker there. A couple other. Dom Guari joins his cousin TJ on the team. So who did Dom play with last year? Was it Kick Pitches Get Money or?
I think it was like
Yeah.
a yellow team.
Yeah, Kick Pitches Get or.
I don't know. I never saw him out there.
I joke.
There's some other good players. Joe Knowlton's, he's solid. Some of their girls.
No Casey Smith, no Leroy. Two people that have been on fireballs for a couple of seasons. Me and Leroy love to trash talk out there for the Packers-Bears rivalry.
I know from talking with TJ, they got a couple guys that are still planning on signing up too. Ryan Green, he's good, and then Todd Schimmel. Hopefully, he's hoping to still get him on. I don't know if there's a question if he's going to or not, but yeah, he's really pretty versatile guy. Strong arm at the Charger spot. So if he gets on there, I definitely see this as a team that you don't want to take lightly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Five-toe death kick. Formerly Breaking Brad. Should have stuck with Breaking Brad.
I remember that.
Five Finger Death Punch is a terrible band who made a terrible cover of a Bad Company song, and that's just all around terrible.
Is that
However,
what it's based off of?
Bad Company, the band. And,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
based on-
Five-Finger Death Punch.
yeah, the really shitty band that we have to play every Wednesday night this week. Anyway, they got Ball Tongue though.
I don't have any Five-Finger Death Punch on there.
You have their. I always hear the GD cover of Bad Company by Bad Company.
You don't hear that on mine.
Well, that's because you got a little taste,
Yeah.
style, and sophistication, my friend. Unlike our friend Ball Tongue, still free steak dinner out there, still haven't cashed in. Ian Fluke, I see on the roster, Mr. Intensity and a good all-around player. Gets after it on the base paths.
Ian can kick, man.
Yeah,
He can drop bombs. So
I'm looking forward to Seth Forrest fighting for that first Facebook ban of the season. Let's get some more dick jokes out there.
That's funny.
I don't mind a dick joke.
Dude, that's funny you mentioned that because when I'm trying to do the prep work on this, I was like, man, this is like a who's who of just awesomeness that I saw. I was like, we got Mike Ball Tongue Malozzi, Social Queen Fagel Bear, Waka VA Peninsula Funny Man Jason Williamson,
Wentworth Trophy winner Jason Williamson,
That's right.
and
Scott
awkward
Nachos.
and awkward joke creator Seth Forrest, as I label him. Just
All around nice dude, Justin Wiles.
Yeah, just shows up in his backwards black hat that he's been wearing for 8 seasons. That's the only time I know who he is. Dude, if he ever takes off that hat, I have no idea what's going on. Like if I saw him at a meet and greet or an end of season, he don't have the hat on. I don't know who he is, man. I don't even know. Does he have hair? Is he bald?
It's very little.
Yeah, he is kind of.
Oh, I shouldn't say that.
Oh,
Then.
you
My
put him on
bad,
the
man.
spot.
My bad. Not bad.
Damn.
I was just making up stuff. You know
I
how I
was just
roll.
trying to do his
Off the cuff.
thing, and here you are.
Off the cuff. You got a lot of flow marks. I don't
See,
know about that
you got to
shit.
cut your cuffs off.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is a really fun team. You mentioned Fagel, but like the rest of it, like Cat Green coming over from Recess Rejects and Kelly House and Sherry Lewis, they're all really just a really fun group actually. So they're they may not win a lot of kickball games.
How well respected has Brad Galt become in Waka? I mean, we've always talked about
Well, with the front office, he's very respected.
yeah, I mean, like we've always respected very much so his party game and his Brad swag. But I from what I hear, from a coaching standpoint, people love to play for this guy.
Yeah.
He's like what coach would I attribute that to? People just love to play for him.
Rex
Like,
Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan, yeah, that may okay, yeah. Bills and Jets
He doesn't
standpoint,
brag
yeah.
quite as much. No, but you're right, because that reminds me of for the Mid-Atlantic.
Easy.
No, it wasn't the Mid-Atlantic. It was the Waka Kick Spencer tournament back in October. He needed a couple more girls, and Liz Tortellini and Tiffany Morehart, and just signed up and said, "Yeah, we'll play with you." And they didn't really have any expectations, but they both have said many times that was just a fun day and that they loved playing with Brad before Brad. So, I said they may not win a lot of games, but in fairness, they did go 3-7 last year, and they won their play-in game. They defeated Fireballs, who we just talked about. It's one of those things where we talk about Ian, but they got some other guys who can kick too, and they start dropping those balls in, and all of a sudden they're off to the races. I didn't mean that like it's a dirty joke, but yeah. 5-2, Death Kick. 5-TDK.
Yeah.
That's one.
God, it's gonna be tough to say.
5-TDK.
Yeah.
Right.
3 Coors Lights.
We ready for the foul balls?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Andreas Beiersdorf.
Recent LGBT supporter.
Andreas
Beiersdorf.
Death,
I think-
taxes, poor choices by Brent Wentworth, and the foul balls. 4 things you can count on in this world.
Wait, what? Poor choices. I was going with it. Foul balls, the most tenured team in Waka VA Peninsula, and maybe one of the most tenured teams in the country this year, unless we have catastrophic rainouts. Or let's say,
Which are known to happen from time to time.
Yeah,
not
not-
regularly,
not
but
really.
from time to time.
let's say if there are no rainouts this year, the last game of the regular season will be the 151st regular season game for the Foul Balls franchise, going all the way back to 2008. These guys have just been, the roster's evolved and changed over time. Andreas has kept the ship together. Man, that's awesome that
They all have to take a shot of 151 if that happens on the 151st game. I will supply the bottle.
And think about it though, man. Like, if any of you guys, I mean, I know you have. I've captained teams before. You captained Rumspringer.
Season.
Like why didn't you keep captaining?
Because it's crazy.
It is crazy. It is sometimes a very thankless job. Although I do my best to make sure I give sincere appreciation to all the leaders who step up for that responsibility. It can be a pain in the ass. So when you think about a guy like Andreas,
Who's done it for years.
that man, I tip my cap to him. I'm so happy and appreciative that he's kept it going, and they're just really about to accomplish something that's pretty cool. I mean, there's only a handful of teams that have gotten to 100 games. This guy's about to get to 150. This guy and his team, of course.
Yeah.
I'll have to do something for him, man. I got
Buy him something nice.
yeah.
Bottle of 51.
I know he really enjoys things to put on his mantle and things to hang on his walls. So
I do remember that. We interviewed him. He had a lot of, was it a sword? A sword?
Sword?
A sword?
I'll have S words for 500, please.
Has a W in there, too.
So war.
It's a sword. He had something up there. Something could do bodily harm, I felt like. Nunchucks? Or is that Eric Sheshel?
I think that's
Man, so many interviews done.
Andreas
Thank
has
you,
his
thank you.
Gmod cover hanging up. I do know that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'll give him something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an idea already.
Cool.
I'll take him.
What how many originals? Is he the sole original member of Foul Balls at this
Oh,
point?
yeah.
Originals.
That's been continuous.
There's no one who was on the team the first season I played right now.
Dennis Colson?
No, Dennis wasn't that first season. Neither was Wade. He came the next season. So,
I know none of them are on the championship team.
right.
You really ought to try and get that Rob Jackson back in the field.
Yeah, whatever happened to him?
He moved up to Williamsburg. So
Oh.
he just doesn't want to come to Hammond.
Living the dream.
He played in Freedom last fall.
Yeah. There's some pretentious leagues up there too.
Let's talk about this team. I think the story of Foul Balls, I've mentioned the championship. They won it back in 2009. And then in 2010, 2011, they went through some hard times.
Some hard times.
I mean, they had fun. Now, obviously, they're still here. But
George's still here.
hard times on the field.
They were tough.
And then they kind of came back into relevance over the last 3-4 seasons, which are really 2 years. They've been, middle of the road, pretty competitive, usually around that 8-9 seed. I don't know. They had some losses this season, though. You talk about Mark Flores. Joe Prezo left him the season before. I'm sure they were hoping to get him back, but he went in with another squad.
Max contract deal.
Yeah. So now, I don't know. I think pitching might be a challenge for him. Charging, they got Todd Goulart, which helps, but
Mm-hmm.
you
You can throw Victoria Davis in there in a bind.
Mhm.
I've seen her do some relief pitching.
all right, fair enough.
Good.
I've seen Dennis Golson charge.
Pretty good.
Fact.
Really?
Yeah, see ya.
I'm not
Desperately asking for
DB.
some oxygen.
You can have some meat, like I think we've discussed that in years past. When you got the pitching of like a DP and some other guys, get some good meatball squirrely things coming your way. Not Flores speed.
Right, and that's what I mean. That's what I'm getting at is that they don't have that elite charger catcher combo, and Mark Flores kind of made up for a lot of that because you don't get a lot of perfect bunts. But now they don't have that guy who's throwing just that heat, so you'll find that the bunts will be a little bit more crisper, a little bit more difficult to throw those guys out. Defense is going to be an opportunity, but offensively, that's a pretty balanced lineup overall. And you got some speed in there. PC is pretty quick. Juan Cruz, Wade Brock. Those guys can get on base.
Juan Cruz.
And then you follow it up with some guys who can mix it in with some line drives and some bombs, like DP. Dennis Bundy.
Let's not forget how well stocked they will be.
Yeah, they're always going to be hydrated because unless Harris Teeter doesn't have a sale on Powerade, then they're fucked. But
I'm also trying a new name for Dennis right now. I start calling him Big Country. The Big Country.
I like that.
Dennis Golson.
Yeah,
I like
he's like
Big Country Reeves since it's March Madness stuff.
he's like that Hootie and the Blowfish guy.
Darius Rucker.
Yeah, fuck him. One time he touched my wife's hand at a concert. I don't like
What?
it. She was really happy about
I would
that.
kill if Darius Rucker touched my hand at a concert.
Mhm.
I'm always up in the lawn, so I never get that close.
Darius Rucker, more like Darius Fucker. You touch my wife again, I'll kill you.
Gauntlet has been thrown down for Darius Rucker.
I would love if he came by like the field and like everybody, hey, just like the nicest guy in the world. Hey, Brent, so I heard that you got mad that I touched your wife. I'm really sorry.
Hold my hand.
Yeah.
You baby.
Brings her up.
He's also a Dolphins fan. I don't like him.
Dolphins make me cry.
Oh, I'm here with you.
Which is one of my karaoke go-tos during the Walker seasons. Hootie.
Let Brent cry.
Brandon, did you put like 42 minutes timestamp for Darius Rucker discussion?
Yeah, add that in there.
Darius Rucker, man. Dottie came on. She said, yeah, he's giving you a high five.
You weren't even there?
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
man,
She probably
yeah,
softened
see what that
the blow,
means.
too. There's probably a little
Yeah.
a caress, like some fingers undulating. Probably wasn't just a
My blood's boiling. My blood is boiling. Darius Rucker, come out of your Nashville mansion, Virginia Beach at the amphitheater.
He lives in Charleston. He don't live in Nashville.
South Cackalack, yo.
How would I know?
All right. Well, that pretty much solidifies the 8 teams there.
Yeah.
For the recaps for this episode. About 45 minutes. Not too shabby.
Okay, that leads us to our open topic discussion.
Yeah. Which
I
usually,
believe we got a lot of crappy questions.
yeah.
But then Keith Morehart came through, like he's normally known to, with a good topic of discussion, which was if there was a Brent Wentworth biopic, who would play
Biopic.
Yeah, this is biopic, isn't it?
biopic?
You're not
That's
That's how I
a
say it.
procedure that you get done in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Wait, this is about movies?
Like biography picture.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying.
Thank God, because I thought I was saying it wrong the whole time, like in my head.
It's not biopic.
Yeah, biopic, right? Silver, biopic?
Biopic.
Yeah, heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's kind of like how I say compass. I say compass. It's
Well,
compass. But
I
anyway.
think you're right. Compass.
Yeah.
Up in Connecticut, they taught us biopic, so I'm going to keep saying it.
Okay.
That's how, in Norwich, Connecticut, they say it's biopic.
Jesus.
All
right.
Biopic. Who?
Who
The question
we
was,
have?
who would you cast as Brent Wentworth, the lead character in the Brent Wentworth biopic?
Yours is. I know you thought about this way more than I have. So you want me to say mine first, and
And
then
then-
I'll let you get.
And then who would you
details?
cast in the secondary, less important, supporting roles?
Okay.
Here's what I want to do. Run through the characters.
Okay.
Everyone throw out your recommendation. The people can chime in. Tell us what you think.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put up, if we get enough response, I'll put up votes later.
Yeah.
All right. So I have,
All right. So this is for Brent. Okay.
well, we're going to start and work up to Brent because Brent's
Okay.
the main character.
Well, I
Not
only did us three, so I'll have to think on a whim if you announce another name.
thought. First thought.
Okay. So I'll tell you the list. Randy
Okay.
Devlin,
Okay.
Dottie Wentworth, me, you, and Brent.
Brandon Silver too.
I do not have him on the list.
He's too new.
Yeah.
Oh,
Steven Spielberg.
I like that. I wasn't going.
J.J.
I was gonna go with the more Metro Seth Rogen, like weight loss, like glasses Seth Rogen. Oh, that's good.
All right, so we'll start at the bottom with Randy
Oh man.
Devlin,
Yeah,
Brent's nemesis.
bottom.
Randy Devlin. Am I going bearded Randy Devlin or am I going like smooth chin Randy Devlin?
This was also an important question for me.
yeah.
I really had to consider, would Randy be bearded in my film?
I'm going with that fucker who plays Tyrion Lannister. Wait, Peter Dinklage. That's what I'm going with.
Done. I know all I think about now is
Man, I had like 8 names down here.
man. Oh, that's great.
Wait,
Since you said that, that makes my pick for me. I had a lot of good choices on here.
we
But
see
then I will go
Dinklage.
with Kit Arrington as Randy Devlin, Mr.
Ah.
Jon Snow, who knows nothing himself. Kit
Oh.
Arrington as a sexy, sexy Randy Devlin.
They have to do like some kind of like special effects to make them smaller. Though. You know?
Well, I did
Oh,
have.
God.
Well, I won't. I had,
You know, like they do with Elijah Wood and you know, in those Lord of the Rings when he's in scenes with Gandalf. He's like really small, but he's like proportioned right. And then Gandalf's right there. That's what they have to do with Kit
for
Harington.
size considerations, I also had Charlie Day and Aaron Paul.
Oh, dude, Aaron Ball. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, not for Randy. Though.
God, man, like, dude, those are all quality things. I can't even think of it.
Kit Harington.
Dude, I like the Tyrion one, man. I can't top that at all. God,
Game of Thrones coming next week.
that's good.
All
That's
right.
really good.
Then the one female character in the biopic of your life, because she's the only woman who's ever mattered in your life, Dottie Wentworth.
Yes.
And I think I got a winner here. Playing Dorothy. May I go?
Yeah, go.
Fresh off an Academy Award nomination, played June Carter Cash. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Reese Witherspoon captures the sweet yet funny nature of Mrs. Dorothy Wentworth. Bank it.
All right.
I like that. I went with the more sophisticated route. You know, the Dottie that you see behind the scenes, the orchestrator of the relationship. There, I went with a person that's elegant, but also can be kind of quirky at times. The Gwyneth Paltrow.
All right, I like her in these Iron Man movies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going Kate Upton.
Blonde hair. She has blonde hair. Yeah. She's got massive boobs.
Good pick. Good.
She's a good actress. You see her in the one movie that she was in?
Yeah. What? No, I see him on those
The guy-
damn
the
ads
guy-
when I'm playing SimCity Build It or whatever it
That's
is.
the movie I'm talking about. The God of War ads.
Oh yeah.
You call it a movie. I watch them like 3 hours.
You have an hour and a half worth of those ads.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's great.
All right.
You're really bringing it.
Just great, man. We should save that for last.
I know.
I know that was Tyrion. I would have just stopped.
That was the lead-off home run. Like, oh, all right. So, who do we want to go? Me or you, Matt? What are you ready for?
Let's just do me.
Okay.
Let's just or do you? It doesn't matter. I don't have. I mean,
Brent, what you got?
yeah. What do you want to
Let's
do?
go to Jorts.
Jorts?
All right.
Okay. Me for Jorts. You know, somebody had mentioned earlier. God, I can't remember the actor that was on the Facebook page. Oh, that's vintage Jorts. I wanted to go Damian Sandow, but he's not really an actor. If he was in WWE, like 12 Rounds 2 or something, I could pick him. But I decided to go with Louis C.K.
That's a good one.
I think it would work well. You'd have to dye his hair, brown instead of red, but it'd be perfect.
Is Robin Williams available?
Obviously, we're going hair on this.
I don't think he is. That was going to be my pick. I don't know. Louis C.K. is a good one. We'll go with that.
Why is everyone thinking of his fat motherfucker?
That?
Yeah. Nick Keith was good. Nick Offerman.
That's what it was. Yeah, Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman. That's a good one.
I like that.
I'll go with Zach Galifianakis.
Everyone, Google image search for the movie Foxcatcher, Mr. Mark Ruffalo. Right, if you can
Yeah,
get
that's
that
a good
picture up there.
Oh, Margaret. Yeah, who was also
That's me.
The Hulk.
the Hulk. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but he's got the beard, receding hairline. He's a high school wrestling coach. Foxcatcher
Oh.
Mark Ruffalo.
Before we get through, Mary Lee's talking about who would play her.
Hello Kitty.
I don't know if everyone heard Brandon say Hello Kitty, but I'm kind of behind
My
that.
old Cabbage Patch doll, Margaret Ann, had curly brown hair.
That really hot girl that's kind of like you can't figure out what ethnicity she is in
Rosario
Mean Girls.
Dawson.
No, and the one in Mean Girls.
Uh,
That's my choice for Mary Lee.
my choice for
Her
Mary.
poster was on the wall in my dorm room, so.
My choice for Mary Lee is the kid actor that played in the movie Curly Sue.
Oh, Mary Lee, I complimented you with my choice, so you're welcome. I'm your favorite podcaster.
Well, let's go with Lizzie Kaplan then.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's a good one. They're like sarcasm, funny, but
Yeah.
also can pull off his. Yeah.
Thank you. I saved that one too. I'm glad that she can hopefully hear that and then doesn't kill me later.
All right, Matthew Wellbrock.
I'm going with the guy who played Zach Morris, but the grown-up version with that stupid part.
I don't know who the hell that is. That sounds
The
amazing.
fucking guy who's in that lawyer show on TNT.
Oh, Franklin and Bash?
Yeah.
Oh, like older Zach Morris? So
Yeah,
like still
older.
Mark Paul Gosselaar, but it's
Yeah,
old
it's-
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Yeah, not the young cool one. The old nerd.
The old cool one. I'll take that. That's way better than I was going with.
My choice for Mr. Wellbrock.
I'm going with Zach. No, I'm going with Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger.
All right,
Who's your choice?
awards season bait right here.
Uh-huh.
I threw this role out there to this man because everyone assumes, especially with your picks, Matt Wellbrock's just a fun-loving, nice hair-having, well-dressed, happy-go-lucky party guy. But there's another side to Matt Wellbrock that no one seems to grasp here. And the one man who can bring out all those nuances, what's really in your soul, Edward Norton. Edward Norton as Matt Wellbrock takes a character that in the film people say, someone funny will play Wellbrock. No, then he turns you into the star of the show with his very just detailed, immersive performance, really getting you to explore what is deep inside Matthew Wellbrock.
I like that.
That's
pretty
an
good.
Oscar nod.
I was just gonna go with Jake Johnson from New Girl because he does a lot of Chicago Bears references.
Also good.
If Kevin Spacey was a little younger, maybe that would be fun too.
And on to
Onto the star.
Onto the
Most
star.
important,
star of the movie. I'll go first because mine's kind of obscure. It's funny that I mentioned Lizzie Kaplan from Party Down. If anybody's ever watched that show, it's phenomenal. Stars original. But I've always thought that for Brent would be played very well by Ken Marino.
Ken Marino, who's that?
Ken Marino is the manager in Party Down. He's also the dad in Role Models, the dad of the son that does the LARPing. He wears the Letterman jacket. He's all
Fuck.
yeah.
Veronica Mars, Ken Marino.
Yeah, I mean, Google Ken Marino right now, and you'll see him, and you'll be like, "Oh, it's that guy." He plays a bunch of character actors, but it's like
That's a lot of pressure for this role. This is the
I'm telling you,
blockbuster movie.
he
You
can.
didn't give it to some character actor.
Dude,
You're a fucking idiot.
dude, Brent, you don't understand. This guy has the look of Brent Wentworth, and then I feel like with an hour of practice, vocal practice with me, he could get your voice down. And we're talking about a good performance here. Like he's pretty good in his role. He's like the asshole guy, but still like not the asshole guy. Like you feel kind of bad for him in a sense. So, it works, right? That's why I went first, because I didn't have a high profile actor so soon.
Man,
I will sue you. You make that movie with Ken Marino as me, I will see your ass in court for defamation.
All right, good.
I'm thinking gravitas here.
All right.
A man that doesn't need vocal coaching, but someone who will spend a year like hiding in the background, following Brent Wentworth around, having everyone, his friends, his family call him Brent Wentworth, a guy who will get a job at a banking institution and sell or whatever with something about home loans
Real method.
for a year. Yeah.
I like
A
it.
guy who will conquer that voice, that look, and really get
Step
into
inside my soul.
the rage within Brent Wentworth. I'm talking multiple Oscar nominee, two-time winner.
All right.
He could play Abraham Lincoln, so he can play Brent Wentworth. I'm saying my left foot, Daniel Day-Lewis. Yes,
Oh, my
sir.
God. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
All right. I really think Ken Marino could do a little bit better than Daniel Day. I'm just saying. Just never gotten the opportunity yet.
Daniel Day was 7 years old, though.
Well,
Well, you're 54.
he can
I'm saying, not
play
bad.
younger.
I will go more age appropriate. This gentleman's a little bit older than me. No, not
Oh,
that.
Joe, kill for Fat Ben Affleck right now.
Yeah, Ben Affleck wearing a Nutty Professor kind of thing. And then when I
I'm
lose,
sorry.
Then when I lose weight, he goes, "No, Ben Affleck." No, I think the person who has, the sexiness of me, the charisma of me, well, close to the charisma of me, the overall just personality, the stage presence, to tell my story, Dwayne Johnson. The Rock.
That's ridiculous, but I support it. Like,
I'm saying.
you know what? You know what would be funny is that if
Russell Crowe.
You should have stuck with the
All right,
Rock.
maybe I'll stick with that.
I would think the movie, if it was based and it was just The Rock, like, and you didn't know who you were, would be such an awesome movie. Like The Rock, like, running a kickball league and making people modify their loans and stuff. But then they actually Google you, or it's like that still photo at the end of the movie where The Rock's actually hanging out with the real character. You're like, that's Brett. Like, that doesn't look anything like The Rock.
Well, remind me, I saw Pain and Gain for the first time.
I like that.
Well,
this
Mark
weekend.
Wahlberg.
But they do
Oh,
where they show
That's
that
from Boston.
they show the real person that it was supposedly based on. I don't believe any of that shit happened. But they show the real person and they show the actor. It's like they look nothing alike, man. The Rock. I think. So you just think about it for a while.
Yeah.
At first it's like that's
Or the
ridiculous,
Miz.
Brent. What are you talking about? But then you think about it, it's like, okay, I can see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the other one you just said?
The Miz?
No. Before that, what was it?
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you're Boston. Well, you're from Connecticut, but we can pretty much consider that Boston from where we're from.
Yeah. Same difference.
Yeah.
And Chris Tucker as Don Smith.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. And I would make him have that Fifth Element hairstyle with that cone, like, carpet roll thing that he had on his forehead, that blonde hair.
I like it. Jeremy Smith, he just sent me a message. He said Daniel Day-Lewis could play Wade Brock.
No.
No.
One of those.
I need, like, some pretty boy dude to play Wade Brock, like a Jason Priestley, but with, like, old Beverly Hills 90210 hair, Jason Priestley.
My other considerations for Brent.
I think the guy did Voldemort can play Wade Brock.
I got Edward James almost playing Alex Jackson.
Andy Serkis.
Like from the comic strip?
The guy playing Gollum.
Oh God.
My other considerations for Brent that I really liked, John Hamm,
All right.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
or if he wanted to really get that Wentworth voice down, just throw Keanu Reeves in there when he gets
Oh, that's also good. I like that too. Like Keanu Reeves from that movie where he had to teach those kids how to play ball.
Can we talk about maybe Christian Bale?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe like
Yes.
another Mark Wahlberg film where he was playing the boxer and he had that junkie brother that was played by Christian Bale, the skinny one.
The schedule's released.
He didn't sound like that in that movie.
I'm not wearing sliding bands.
Good time.
Well, it was good times. Man. Oh, James Vanderbeek. Yeah, I like that. James Vanderbeek. I like that. Good call, Marilyn.
Luckies and complain about your refereeing tonight. I enjoy that. All right. Hey, we're at 9:30.
If
Yeah.
I have a kickball league and you have a kickball league, and I have a kick that reaches all the way over here, I take your kickball players. I drink them up.
I'm going. How about for me? Kyle Chandler from Friday Night Lights.
I like that. That also makes sense. Pretty much anybody that has that haircut. And
Nah, he's a really good husband and provider.
Yeah. You cut off Dottie's hand after it got touched by Darius Rucker. Shows off that noob. Yeah.
Although that's Coach Taylor. He might cut a hand off.
Yeah. Just
Come here, booby miles.
just to preface, this is what happens when we don't get a whole lot of in-depth questions on the thread. All right, so if you want us to stop talking about different actors that will portray Brent in a full-length feature film, and we need some more questions next round. Just saying.
Yeah. Let's plug some stuff and get out of here.
All right.
That's what she said.
The VA varsity
Uh-huh.
tournament, the high school alumni tournament. Registration's open. We got 12 groups formed. I don't know, man. I'm starting to get worried. Some of these groups aren't filling out, man. Get on the ball. If you went to high school in this area, there are literally thousands of people who've graduated from their high school. Maybe not you, John. You know, but that's a base of people who played. Don't focus on asking people who have already played kickball. Go outside your circle. Try and get some old classmates. Spread the word. Get it out there. It's our final fundraising event before the Relay for Life on May 2nd. So let's have a good, strong event. Raise some money for the American Cancer Society. Have a good, fun day of kickball. Speaking of the American Cancer Society, this is the last day to order the black T-shirts with Brandon's ribbon guy kicking the ball. Actually, Sarah Brooks from the Fireballs, she ordered 24 shirts today. That's going to be the Fireballs alternate jerseys.
I'm
Which is
sorry.
pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I know we're doing that, but Marilee said maybe a lesser Wahlberg.
Oh, that's rude, man.
Go on with your kickball stuff.
That is rude. I don't even want to.
That's funny. That's
No,
what that is.
No.
That's funny.
I quit.
Regional tournament coming up in May.
That's canceled.
It's going
Everything's
to be
canceled.
May, if my knowledge serves incorrectly.
May 23rd.
23rd. A lot of teams
Lesser
forming.
Wahlberg, a greater Wahlberg. maybe.
You're acting
Always a
like
good
a Johnny
time.
Wahlberg right now.
Could have the tournament. Also
You
going to
got
have the
a lot of
after
tail.
party at a place to be named soon.
The after party.
Lucky's, I would assume.
No, it's Taps and PBR.
Taps! I love taps.
We'll ride the bull, baby.
Heard
We
that?
got 7 kegs of domestic beer, an appetizer buffet. We'll have some other drink specials too.
Heard that?
It's gonna be a blowout, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's invited to that. Bring your mama. What else do I have to plug? If you're on the south side, you know, Monday nights, VA Atlantic, that starts out at the end of April. I think it's April 28th is their start off the top of my head. Sometime there. You got to look it up. You know, join.
Do some research.
Yeah, we got 6 teams there, so it's growing. It's starting to get some momentum. Hoping we can fill those teams out, maybe get a couple more, and that'd be a really successful first season back on the south side for Waka. So get in on the ground floor. Anything else I got to plug? VA Freedom starts
Friday.
Starts Friday.
Freedom Friday,
I'm excited
yeah.
about that. My peanut butter jellies. So
We're never on teams together.
that's right. It always,
Except all the teams are on now.
it always works out. So
50% of the time, it works every time.
All the time when I played Freedom, I just win championships. Just a record to you guys.
well, that's all I got to plug. I think. There's a lot. You know, like
Yeah.
going on. Cool stuff.
Yeah, so give Brent your money and play.
I got nothing today. All right.
All right. Anyone got any more jokes?
We'll turn off these lights so my electric bill doesn't skyrocket. Thanks to
Yeah.
Brandon Silver.
Try to pack it up before Katie gets back.
Yep.
3 up, 3 down.
Hide our shame.